Good evening, I'm Dennis Ward. Welcome to APTN National News. The Canadian Armed Forces formally apologized to members of all minorities on Thursday who have experienced racism and harassment while serving in the forces. Many Indigenous veterans were invited to the semi-private ceremony in Ottawa. APTN's Fraser Needham has that story.
At a ceremony in Ottawa, it was a tearful General Jenny Carignan, Chief of Defence Staff, who apologized to all those who have experienced racism while serving their country.
I apologize to every CAF member, veteran who experienced racism, discrimination, and harassment. And I acknowledge we failed you.
Sentiments were echoed by Chief Warrant Officer Bob McCann, who oversees all non-commissioned members of the forces.
You have endured terrible injustice that should have never happened. You were let down, suffered racist act of both omission and commission, flowing from a systemic racism that was able to flourish because your leadership did not do enough to confront it, to condemn it, or to put an end to it.
Historically, Indigenous people had no problems enlisting in Canada's armed forces, especially during global conflicts like World Wars I and II, Korea and Afghanistan. At the same time, they were denied benefits given to other veterans, post-secondary education, housing, and land grants. Wendy Jocko is a former chief of Algonquins of Bikwaknagan near Ottawa. She served as a supply technician in the military from 1979 to 2002. She said old wounds run deep.
Some wore the uniforms while being denied the right to vote in the country they defended. Others returned home from overseas conflicts to find their children taken to residential schools. Many endured daily indignities, slurs whispered in mess halls, promotions denied, cultural practices forbidden, and identities erased.
Jocko added the apology is just a beginning.
We seek transformative, deep-lasting, and meaningful change that addresses the systems that have perpetuated harm. True reconciliation requires more than acknowledgement of past wrongs. It demands concrete action, representation at all levels of leadership, culturally safe spaces within military spaces.
Fraser Needham, APTN National News, Ottawa.
The Prince Albert Police Service in Saskatchewan are asking for help in locating missing 11-year-old boy, Traystin Paskemin. The police service posted to Facebook on October 27th that Paskemin was last seen in the city on October 1st. Police say Traystin was last seen in the 800 block of Central Avenue around 6:45 p.m. that day. He was wearing a gray sweater, gray joggers, and black sneakers. Traystin is 4'10" and weighs around 150 pounds. Many commenters on Facebook are concerned with how long it took Prince Albert Police to say the boy is missing. If you have any information on Traystin's whereabouts, please contact Prince Albert Police at 306-953-4222 or call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477. The family of a missing woman from La Ronge, Saskatchewan is organizing a walk and search in hopes of bringing her home. They're inviting anyone who has time to come to help them on the James Smith Cree Nation this weekend. APTN video journalist Rachel May has this story.
I so much to get the word out there, and this happens too often to our people. And my niece didn't deserve or doesn't deserve not to be home. And her voice needs to be heard, and she's unable to do so. So I feel like we're her voice for right now.
Natanis Morasti's aunt Tanis says it's extremely out of character for her family-oriented niece to have no contact with anyone. Natanis was reported missing on May 9th after visiting friends in Edmonton. She was living in La Ronge at the time, but is a member of the Peter Ballantyne Cree Nation and grew up in the Prince Albert area. The search for her has spanned BC, Alberta, and back to Saskatchewan. Tanis says now that Natanis's car had been found on James Smith Cree Nation. That's where the search is headed next.
The efforts to try to locate her are just so important, and we're hoping that people come out to help us because there's power in numbers and there's power in unity.
A gathering will be held at 10:30 a.m. on November 1st at the Peter Ballantine Health Center in Prince Albert before heading to the James Smith Cree Nation where Natanis's car was found. Advocate for the Morasti family, Catherine Cooper, says because the vehicle traveled across 3 provinces in 10 days with no proof Natanis was driving, it raises concerns.
Because of the way that her van traveled in 3 different provinces in a very short time, there's definite concern. And the last known location, physical location, was at the Continental Inn in Edmonton. And later on, her van was found at James Smith Cree Nation, totally stripped, and it was being repainted.
The search for Natanis on James Smith Cree Nation is set to begin at 1 p.m. on November 1st. The family is asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers so all tips can be investigated. Rachel May, APTN National News, Saskatoon.
Manitoba RCMP are on the lookout for 2 escapees from a federal minimum security healing lodge on the Ochichak-Kosipi First Nation. Thursday evening around 7 p.m., staff members at the Ochichak-Kosipi Healing Lodge noticed 2 offenders missing from the Mins Correctional Facility, roughly 230 kilometers northwest of Winnipeg. An arrest warrant has been issued for 33-year-old Clifford Lamarand and 39-year-old Corey Everett. Lamarand is serving an almost 7-year sentence for multiple assault charges, including sexual assault with a weapon and aggravated assault. Everett was sentenced for more than 5 years for several offenses, including possession of a controlled substance and escape or being at large without excuse. Ochichak-Kosipi First Nation said on Facebook they were still on lockdown as of 2:30 a.m. Friday morning. Anyone with the information on the whereabouts of Clifford Lamarand or Corey Everett is asked to contact the police. Well, we're always looking for your feedback or story ideas. Here's how you can continue the conversation with us. If you have a story you'd like to share, you can send us an email to news@aptn.ca. To read and watch our stories, you can go to our APTN News website at aptnnews.ca. You can also find us online on your favorite social media sites, including TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Follow APTN News to join the conversation and see our latest stories. Housing and homelessness are among the ballot box issues in Montreal's upcoming election. More on that after the break. Welcome back. Montrealers are heading to the polls this weekend to choose their next municipal leaders. And for many, housing and homelessness are a priority this election. But what are the candidates promising when it comes to supporting homeless individuals experiencing intergenerational trauma? Our reporter Savannah Craig provides a look.
Is it from the people that don't want to see people on the streets and that's making them uncomfortable and they're saying, hey, do something about it? Or do they really care about the people that are on the streets and want to help them?
Naguset, the executive director for the Native Women's Shelter of Montreal, wants to see homelessness eradicated. But she's wondering if those in Montreal's municipal elections really care about it. This weekend, Montrealers choose their next municipal representatives. Projet Montréal has been in power for the last 8 years. During their mandate, homelessness has increased significantly.
At the City of Montreal, we've tried to do our best, and we've done a lot, but we need to continue.
In Quebec, homelessness has tripled between 2018 and 2022. According to the poverty-fighting group Centraide, nearly 50% of Quebec's 10,000 unhoused people reside in Montreal. Projet Montréal City Councillor Alia Hassan Cornell says the party has a plan.
Là, depuis quelques mois, il y a des habitations modulaires avec accompagnement qui ont ouvert. Une première dans Côte-des-Neiges, bientôt y en avoir à Louvain et dans Outremont. On en veut 150 unités de plus dans les premiers 100 jours de l'administration de Projet Montréal.
There's not one way to solve the issue regarding homelessness.
The first modular home opened last month in the western part of Montreal. That's approximately 7 kilometers away from where many of the unhoused currently access resources. Provincial data from 2022 says 12% of those experiencing visible homelessness in Montreal are Indigenous. Ensemble Montréal spokesperson Benoit Langevin promises to offer emergency services in every neighborhood.
To have culturally adapted social worker is the key. It's the answer to actually help these people to start their healing. But most of all, what they need is stability. And that stability will come with infrastructure.
Transition Montreal candidate for mayor Craig Sauvé also wants to provide culturally adapted services.
Every community, every nation has a different, different culture from whence they come and different cultural needs. So providing those culturally adapted needs is going to be a challenge, but it's absolutely necessary if we want to help Indigenous people that are experiencing homelessness right now.
But he says that direction shouldn't come from City Hall, but from Indigenous community members. For Naguset, homelessness needs to feel like a priority.
Then people would feel welcome. They would be like, I can go to this shelter, I can go to this service, I feel welcomed in these spaces. It's not really happening, but it could.
Savannah Craig, APTN National News, Montreal.
Sports now, where defending WBA super welterweight champion Mary Spencer fell short in her bid to unify the division last night in Montreal. Spencer was defeated by American challenger and two-division world champion Michaela Mayer in a highly anticipated contest. The loss marks a setback for the veteran Spencer, a member of the Chippewas of Nawash First Nation in Ontario. Spencer, a former Olympian and three-time world amateur champion, was defending her WBA title on home soil. The fight for the unified super welterweight crown went the 12-round distance, with judges awarding a unanimous decision to Mayer. For Mayer, the win solidifies her status as one of the sport's pound-for-pound best. Still to come here tonight, we'll get some Halloween greetings in Ojibwe, Cree, and Dene. Stay with us. Welcome back. Time now for our photo of the day. And an orange Winnipeg sunset view from historic Portage Avenue is helping set the mood for this Halloween night. Thanks to Jordan McKay for the photo and sharing it with us all. Remember to send us your Halloween photos tonight and this weekend to share at aptn.ca. Now let's take a look at tomorrow's weather forecast. Starting on the east coast, cloudy and 8 for Fredericton, 10 with showers in Halifax. +1 in Kuujjuaq, 2 with flurries in Nain. 6 in Montreal, +1 with flurries in Chibougamau. Cloudy and 4 for Sault Ste. Marie, cloudy and 5 for Ottawa. Sun's out and 5 in Thunder Bay, 4 for Sioux Lookout. Sunny and 4 for God's Lake, 5 for Norway House and the Paw. Sunny and 7 for Winnipeg and Brandon, cloudy and 5 in Dauphin. Sun's out and 8 in Regina, 9 in Saskatoon. 8 in Meadow Lake, cloudy and 5 in La Ronge. In northern Alberta, cloudy and 4 for Fort Chipewyan and Fort McMurray. 16 in Edmonton, 20 and sunny in Medicine Hat. 13 with showers in Vancouver, sun's out and 14 for Kamloops. 8 and sunny skies in Prince George, 0 in Dease Lake. -6 with snow in Old Crow, +2 for Whitehorse. 5 in Yellowknife, -4 in Norman Wells. -6 for Sax Harbor, flurries and 1 below in Pawlatuck. -1 in Chesterfield and Baker Lake, +1 in Whale Cove. -15 in Resolute, 16 below in Arctic Bay. Joining us now for a quick glimpse of tonight's French broadcast, Nouvelle Nationale, is host of the show, Kim Sullivan.
Thanks, Dennis. It's Halloween Friday, so all may be busy with trick-or-treaters, but keep in mind that our show is up on YouTube around 7 p.m. Eastern, so you can catch up once the candies run out. Municipal elections here this Sunday. We look at different parties and their take on the scary number of Indigenous homeless individuals in the city, and November is Men's Health Month. We share an initiative that helps men tackle the taboos of prostate cancer. It's all tonight. Join us then.
Thanks, Kim. Kim will be back in about 9 minutes from now. APTN Investigates returns this week with an all-new episode. Following a year of tragic loss, video journalist Rob Smith returns to his family's traditional homeland in Kingcome Inlet, BC. Back on the land and with the help of his elders, Rob documents an intimate and personal journey, a path towards healing out of the darkness. With more on the story, Rob joins us now from our Vancouver bureau. Rob, good to see you. Can you tell us a bit about why you decided to tackle such a personal story?
Well, we've been, the team has been talking about doing a story up in my homelands for a number of years, kind of looking for, it was a number of years trying to find a news hook, and a couple of years ago we did find one. However, what happened at the same time, the hook happened to be within the larger nation, a overdose crisis. And we thought, okay, we could tie that in and make that the news hook. But unfortunately what happened was, it happened as we were talking about it, that one of my cousins, direct cousins, one of my brothers passed on due to an overdose. So it became a little bit too personal, a little too crass to suggest we continue that. But I continue to go to my homelands every summer, and it's an interesting place. It's fascinating how they live. They're strong people, and the idea just kept percolating. And this summer, it just, on a personal level, I was feeling a lot stronger to start dealing with the grief I was feeling over the loss of some of my family members over the past couple of years. And so I went to, I thought I'd just start talking to my elders, my uncles, my aunties, to see how they dealt with it, to see how and what kind of work it took to keep the family together through all this strife and struggle that their generation went through. And it just percolated that this was a story. I should be capturing it. So I was just capturing everything I could on the iPhone, and at one point it became, okay, let's do this professionally. We brought up Simone to shoot for 8 days, and we came away with a very, very beautiful documentary.
Can you tell us a bit about Kingcome?
Yeah, Kingcome is a remote fly-in community. In fact, the only way to actually get to the community is by riverboat. You fly in by float plane or water taxi, gets you to the dock at the bottom of the river, and then you're just brought up the river. And that's how they live. The river is the highway, and it is like I said, a strong people. Muscamal Jowdano, that's my mother's people, and their history is rife with fighting colonialism, losing to colonialism, but we're still here, we're still strong, and we're still fighting back. And again, that's part of what I wanted to capture.
Rob, we're going to have to leave it there, but really looking forward to this and what you got out of this experience as well. Appreciate you speaking with us here.
Not a problem, Dennis. Thank you.
And you can catch APTN Investigates Out of the Darkness, airing tomorrow night on APTN at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Assembly of Manitoba Chiefs held an elders gathering this week. T.R. Wheatley stopped by to talk with a couple of Cookums and Mushum. They shared Halloween greetings in Ojibwe, Cree, and Dene.
The ghosts are coming out on Halloween night. My name is Gary Hull. I'm originally from Kakakwigjun, aka Ebb and Flow. Watch out for the little Halloween people.
I'm dressed like a unicorn today. How would you say unicorn? How would you describe it?
I've never heard of a word unicorn. Probably say, Mr. Dim Hoteshkanat, a horse with horn.
Sarah Head is my name. I'm from Moose Lake Cree Nation. I go unicorn guys see what you chipustigon is indigaso. I'm saying happy Halloween in English, and for unicorn it's pointy head. Chipustigon. Chipustigon? Yeah. Ah, I could say. Thank you. Thank you.
Dan zoeken ze zo daar. Dan herst Johnson. Ze kui Halloween just na ine ai dan herst youngsters ze zo daar. Ja, so just on you see that no ondan så kunde också Elma Jobon that's what it was in the national. When you go trick-or-treating for the youth and the children, to be cautious with your candies, to check your candies, and be careful where you go, and make sure you always be accompanied with an elder or your parents. And Anoska we hiwa kawit tipiskay Jipay tipiskay win. Linda was that's good. Mr. Choi ase ko chinida.
I'm Elizabeth Bear and Matthias Colon Pagirawagan. It's Halloween, right? Yeah. It's all about Halloween, scary characters, the mumu.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Halloween? That's the best part when children go around looking for candy and candy is given out. But be careful and cigarettes.
I'm dressed like a unicorn today. Yeah. How would you describe it using a couple of Cree words? What was you saying?
Matiago ay ticha mamata o isa na mistatim. Utis ka na ayat. Muna may matsi utapugo ayat. It says that's the horse with the horn. Not really alive. That's just in your mind. Imaginary.
Say it one more time.
And our thanks to TR and the elders for sharing. They also showed her how to make res potatoes. Not sure if you've heard of them. What you do is you cook them and then you mush them. Had to tell that one a couple times today. That's all the time we have for your APTN National news on this Halloween. I'm going as a bit of a zombie baseball player tonight. Chat TV and Medicine Hat, where I started my career in news, shut down earlier this year after nearly 70 years on the air. RIP there. But a big game to look forward to tonight. Feels like the Blue Jays might wrap it up. I'm Dennis Ward. Marcy Miigwech, thanks for being with us. Have a spooktacular and safe night. Go Jays.